They're reading ours. It's our book.
Can I ask you a question? Is in the Bible then why you read it? That's the same Bible as what I read.
Same one.
Alright, that's the question. Alright, I want to ask you. The Bible is the King James Version.
Yeah.
The Bible is the King James Version. Okay.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to go back to King James.
Listen.
You know it was a game, man.
No, it wasn't. That was a lie. That was a lie.
Regardless, he was also a white man.
No, he wasn't even white. He was black.
I'll teach me these things.
These are what we know.
King James,
listen,
England, King James.
Let me get my book. Sorry.
I left mine as well.
Let me get my book.
What you guys know?
Yes.
We're the Hebrew Israelites.
He was the king of England, of Ireland, and Scotland.
Yeah, Barbara, your book. This one got
He was a black man.
No, we don't know IUIC. Those are different accounts. We're Yahweh's
King
messengers.
James was a black man.
He was black.
That's our
King James was a black man.
We've got a YouTube channel if you want to have a look.
No. We hear a lot about.
Do you want me to give you the leaflet?
No, she got one. Oh, no, take one.
Yeah.
King James was a black man.
We
Yeah,
hear,
we're going to explain that in a minute.
Sister,
1 minute.
we hear a lot about whitewashing in Europe,
Yeah.
but they don't teach us about the whitewashing over here.
Yeah.
Now, this is a book called The Memoirs
On
of
the
the
back
Secret
here,
Service
we've just got that's our
of John Mackay Esquire.
Here is Yeshua.
Now, he was sent out by
scriptures within 20 minutes. Like all these scriptures
King
that we
William
find that
to go and
church that they receive.
spy on certain people. Now, this is page 26. Listen to this. This is about Daniel, Earl of Nottingham. Yeah?
Okay, you're welcome.
Daniel, Earl of Nottingham, Secretary of State. Now, this is how he described him. He has also the exterior air of buffaloes and application enough to make him very capable. In his habit and manners, very formal, a tall, thin, very black man, like a Spaniard or Jew. Now, right? Hold on. It says a tall, thin, very black man. Now, watch this. That was Daniel Earl Finch, yeah? Now, let me go on my phone. Remember,
And you dropped your paper.
remember he referred to him as a tall, thin black man, yeah? Like a Spaniard or Jew. Now, this is Daniel Finch Earl. Now, let's go to images.
You mean like Negroes?
Yeah. Now, that's how this guy described him. This is the images they give us of Daniel Earl Finch. Does he look like a tall, thin black man? That's the only image you'll find. So there's a lot of whitewashing.
Come.
I get that. But I think you guys...
You see the image of King James?
Now what?
The white one?
Like the
Then I will show you the real image of King James. Like that's the one that they manufacture. This is the real image.
Are they looked at upon as, you know...
Before you go,
I'll see you brothers, right? You know, it's a rich thing.
Every Saturday they come from 1 o'clock, 1 p.m.
The men are meant to be the leaders. So we are to blame because we are not leading this correctly. This is why we come out here to try and bring back the order. Quickly grab our 1 Corinthians 11:3. There's an order that the Bible gives us. And because we're not keeping that order, get on Psalms 82 and 5. So watch this.
listen to this, yeah? This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3, and it reads, "But I would have you know that the head of every man is
So
Christ,
the head of the man is who they call Yahweh Shai. They're Jesus Christ.
and the head of the woman is the man,
That's the order of God.
and the head of Christ is God."
There's an order. Yeah? Now read Psalms 82. But the reason why that order ain't in place, God,
Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness, all the foundations of the earth are out of course.
those that are ruling have turned everything upside down. Like we were saying to the sister earlier on, like for women to get certain benefits, the men have to be out of the household.
Oh, can you get
So now like if you look at society nowadays, they exalt the woman above the men. Yeah, and now the order is out of place. When you look at slavery, we had a family structure. Now they've broken up the family structure.
But it's the curse as well. That's in the
part
Bible.
of the curse
Free.
in the Bible. But this is why we
free.
come out here to show our people that the Bible is a true book, but it's never been taught correctly. And we're trying to bring back our people to how things are meant to be and to how to serve their power. Because judgment is coming, and for us to avoid that judgment, we need to come back to serving our power how we serve.
Listen to this, madam. Listen to this.
This is the book of... Alright, yeah, just before you go, there's just something I want to say to you. When you talked about King James being gay, now, that only came out after his death.
20 years
Right?
after.
There was a guy called Anthony Walden,
That's
look it
right.
up. Yeah, he was a chief court or something in, and he was saying something about the Scots, because if you look at the word Scot means black. That's what Scotland means, and he was defaming them, Anthony Weldon. So King James demoted him, and he only brought that out after King James' death. That's how
Read that
that
one
came
quickly. Madam,
about.
before you go, read that one. Read that one.
Yeah,
there, so you know I have to
Madam, read that one quickly.
about the order.
The order. And I told you.
But the order is
all right,
falling.
here we go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna read it right now. I'm gonna read it right now.
Brother, he's Muslim.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna read it
I told
right
you-
now.
I told you that it's a curse. No, because you won't get it in it.
Listen to this.
It's a curse. It's a
Let me read
curse.
it quickly
Yeah.
before it goes here. This is Isaiah chapter 3 verse 12, and it reads, "As for my people, children are their
You
oppressors,
see the gangs, you see them ruling over us.
and women rule over them."
So that's why you see in every household, almost every household, black, Hispanic, Hebrew Israelite, the woman rule things. The man is weak and the woman rule. I've seen it, man.
Wow.
No, maybe not in
My
your
brothers,
case.
thank you very much.
All right,
And
no
like me,
problem, man.
and I have to follow the orders.
Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
James 1 and 6. That's what we call it, 1 and 6. Right? Did we not read, wrote a book about demonology?
I missed the
James 1 and 6, man. 6 of Scotland, 1st of
Yeah,
England.
yeah, yeah. So what's that have to do with anything?
So
Tell us,
I
tell
don't
us,
know where
teach
you're
us.
going, and we need to know where you're going with this.
Were you not talking about James and his authorized version of the Bible?
That's what we're talking about.
Wait a minute. What? Okay, so
This is not question and answers, man. I'm just trying to confirm a point. How can a man authorize his version?
No.
that's where you're wrong right there. This is why we need to understand where you are going so we can respond. Now, first and foremost, version only means translation.
Exactly.
Now, so I'm going to tell you, he was a king. So all he did, because back in them days, not everybody could afford a Bible.
You couldn't read either.
No, wait, hear first. You hear to hear the cause before you answer. Everybody couldn't afford a Bible, so they had to go to somebody, and the Bible had to be read to them so they can get the understanding. Now, what King James did, he was a king. He had money, so all he did was authorize for the Greek manuscript and the Hebrew manuscript to be translated into English, which what they could read. So he went and got 47
That's right.
of the best, not of anybody he could
I know what
find,
you mean, man.
of
Yes.
the best Hebrew and Greek scholars. He split them into groups.
Those were our
And-
people, though.
Yes, and he had a group to translate the Old Testament. He had a group to translate the Apocrypha, which has been taken out of the King James
So what
in the
about the
18th
missing
century. That's what I'm just was explaining to him. And then he had another group to translate the New Testament. Now, they started this in 1607, and after much, when they had completed, then they came together and they because there were some things that you just couldn't translate. There were some words you couldn't translate to English. So what they had to do, use transliteration to get the best they could. They came together and there were different agreements that they agreed, sort out their differences, and then it was published in 1611. That's why it's called the 1611. That's the history on him with the Bible.
My point I was trying to make is merely this. There's a dichotomy. How can a man be the head of the Christian church and also write a book about demonology? Can you see what I'm saying?
Well,
But have you read the Bible?
I don't know about. See, I don't know about no book he's written about
Have you read
demonology.
the demonology book?
That's what I said. I haven't.
I don't deal in
So have you read the Bible then?
I've read relevant parts of the Bible.
No, you meant to read the whole book.
It's one book.
says you
The
read the whole
Bible's
book.
the
Well,
Bible's one book.
You know, we're gonna close out with this. Get your Ezekiel.
He said, remember, just before you go, remember, he said, lo, I come in the volume of the book. What does that mean? To come in a volume of a book.
So you mean a wide
The
array
whole
of things,
book.
innit?
It's not the no. It's not a wide array. It's the whole book. You
You're
cannot
dealing with semantics,
segregate.
man.
No,
That's
man,
not
you're
some.
dealing with
You're
semantics.
dealing with semantics. I'm telling you straight. You come out
This
the
is
old
right.
and the
This
new.
is- yeah, you have a good
Yeah,
day.
you have
Go
a
on,
good
read.
day.
Ezekiel chapter 9 and 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city.
Brothers,
Hear this, sister. I want you to hear this.
All right, yeah,
I
go
want
on.
you to hear this.
Go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a man upon, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and cry.
And that's what we're
that
doing.
sigh and that cry.
That's what we're doing. We're signing up
That's
for
right.
righteousness.
That's right.
There's a point I want out this is.
Right.
And it's
For
going to
all
explain
the abomination that be done in the midst thereof.
That's right.
And to the others he said in mine hearing, go ye after him through the city and smite.
Smite means kill.
Yep. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Slay utterly, old and young, both
The judgment is coming. Old and young is going to die. Go on.
both maids and little
And
children.
little children, because the Most High don't care. Yeah?
respect
He
your
created it
person.
so he can destroy it. Go on, my brother.
And women, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark,
Now listen to this.
and begin
begin
at my sanctuary.
At my sanctuary, which is our people,
Then they begun at the ancient
and the ancient,
men,
the men like him who's trying
which were before the house.
first to be killed. Yeah, because they ain't teaching no knowledge.
And them men, the Asian, they're supposed to be teaching us.
That's right.
But what are they teaching us? Nothing. All they do is want to come against us. And then he's got no proof or anything that he's saying. We've got this that we can read directly
and you
out.
don't even
What
want
did
to
he have?
listen. So like,
He
when a
didn't have
person
Because
don't
he's
want to
destroyed. He's
listen,
destroyed.
you know, if you don't understand, that's
And then he's talking about a book that he hadn't even read. And he's
what
trying
that
to
do.
bring it to
That's what that
to
do.
front.
Brothers,
Alright.
Yeah.
enough respect,
Yeah.
all right?
Yes, sister.
Do you believe in the 12 tribes that you teach now?
All the 12 tribes of Israel, yeah.
Which are the descendants of the.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Is it also? Do you also believe the descendants of the African slaves?
Yeah. That's how through the prophecies. Yeah.
Is it just the African slaves, or could it be?
No,
No. The native from America, they left, because they went to the Assyria, right? Captivity, right? And after that, they were able to free themselves. They took like a boat, right? And they went to Azareth. Azareth is the real name of America. So these people that you see there, the Arawak, the Caribs, the Garifuna, the Kalinago, in this country, St. Vincent, you go to Kalinago, Israel, the Indians, they had the real Hebrew Israelite. Now, our people were scattered all over the place.
And in
I'll
every
give you an
nation.
example. You see that guy, DJ Khaled. Do you know DJ Khaled?
Yeah, I do.
He's from Palestine. Now look at his spirit. So in the beginning, I thought that he was a culture vulture. But when I sat there and looked at the guy, he's a Hebrew Israelite. What does it mean? Our people were scattered all over the place. So you will see a guy that is Caucasian looking, but the way his spirit bear witness that he is from the 12 tribe of Israel.
How can you tell? Is it just that?
Some is through the
Other
spirit.
Israelites can-
There's a video I had. No, there's a video I had of this
I
guy.
wish you could show him,
I've
man.
lost it, man.
The guy looked like a white guy, but 300 years
Yeah.
ago,
When you look at
he had a black forefather. But he looked white.
So in like respect, then there could also
Like
be.
you.
Well,
But you look,
Well, you don't even look white
you look like an
anyway.
Hebrew Israelite. Man. You look like a tribe of Benjamin. When I see you, I know you're Benjamin.
So there could also be black people who are
Either way.
Yeah, definitely.
And you come from, look, you got a guy that
How would we know that?
Spirit,
the
there's
spirit.
And my heart is blacker than anything you have on.
no problem over there.
Blessed God.
Yeah, we can work with that.
I love your car.
No.
It's on red.
So anyway, with that, you know, our people need to wake up, repent, keep God's commandments, because judgment is coming.
So anyone who repents and...
No,
No, anyone.
Yeah.
Israelites.
Israelites.
So only-
Yeah, but I think the trouble is that how do you think the
Well, the Spirit bears witness. So
Where
when
you
you
from?
find,
I'm Jamaican.
yeah, you're on the Israelite,
So
but
you're
the thing is,
Israelite.
certain of our people, like, when you bring out the message to them, you see if their spirit bears witness.
Okay.
Yeah, look, like, I remember one time I saw this song called Black Light, and this spirit just told me off. I admit to myself, and everyone that was around at the same time, even though he's probably an Edomite, the way his spirit was. Yeah?
We got tares among us.
Yeah.
The Bible speak of the tares. We got people that look black, but the Edomite. In Africa, you got black. I'm from West Africa, but amongst us, you got the Hamites. The people that are from ancient Egyptian, Canaanite. You got people that are come. Their line goes back to Jacob. You know.
Because the Most High says, even through, the one who they call Christ, Yahushua, he says, my sheep hear my voice. That's how you tell, because it's just like, you got children. Okay, well I've got children. Like they can be somewhere. If I speak, they'll hear my voice and they know it's me calling. It's that analogy. Like, see, this speaks to the Hebrew Israelites. It won't speak to no one else. And that's how you know. I mean, like...
Do you ever hearken to the word?
Like, you will, even if you back up, but you'll still hear it. You'll hearken to it. Some will try to, hear it and it resonate and they'll try to keep it. And others will hear it and want to dash it aside.
But you got people that will happen to it.
Yeah,
They're part of the 2/3.
Yeah,
You got the 1/3 and the 2/3. According to prophecy, most of our people won't get. But we're talking about other nations that may look like us, but you see in the spirit that they're not Hebrew Israelite. This truth, so you
So then
stand here.
it can become difficult to discern.
Don't make them outside deal with it.
That's
The
not,
angels
see,
gonna sift
that's it.
anyway.
That's not our you know what?
Yours just
Our job is the messenger. We preach the word. Who it hits and resonates, that's on you. But we're doing our job,
It's a
Yeah.
spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing.
But with that, we're going to close out. We're going to give all praises to
Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Waha, Rakah,
Kadash, and
And we
midweek
done.
we out.
The point is, Solomon, like, he's not going to say the same thing about King Solomon, is he?
But he doesn't know that Jacob is a straight descendant